Man, a lot to unpack from last night's Kings Warriors game. I still feel like I haven't completely wrapped my head around what happened last night. I mean, one of the craziest games of the year by far. But man, that was just like so much was going on, so many different storylines, so many different like guys getting hurt. Uh, point differential was a big topic of discussion throughout the broadcast. And I feel like that kind of took away from like the game itself because I kept wanting, obviously I want the Kings to win, especially against the Warriors. But we had like this second kind of battle going on for like, oh, okay, well, it's still a good thing if we don't lose by 12 or more. So then it was like, okay, when we're down 24, I was like, just, get it to single digits will be good. But then like we came back. I mean, not quickly or anything, but I feel like once we got it within like 10 or so, I was like, okay, the Kings are gonna come back. Like, I don't know if they'll win, but they'll get it below 12 for sure. But I don't know, man. It was just like a really weird vibe. There's so many foul calls, 54 to be exact, 31 on the Warriors and 23 on the Kings. Not as big of a differential as I thought. Just the Kings were getting. I've never seen in my entire life as a Kings fan, never seen the Kings get such a friendly whistle. And like I'm not complaining. And honestly, like most of those calls, I'd say 90% of them were legit. Like I don't know, you probably saw a lot of Warriors fans crying on Twitter about how the game was rigged. First of all, what the fuck is that? Why the fuck would the NBA rig a game for the Kings over the Warriors, who the Warriors have one of, if not the most marketable stars in the entire league? Why would they not want Steph Curry in their first, the inaugural in season tournament? That would boost the ratings exponentially. Why the fuck would they not want Steph Curry in this tournament? It makes no goddamn sense. And I remember Warriors fans saying that last year in the playoff series when we went up 2-0 and Draymond got suspended. They're like, "Oh, this series is rigged." Give me a fucking break. Are you kidding me? How fucking delusional do you have to be as a fan to think the four-time champion current employers of Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and others, point being the most popular team, or at least the most talked about team of the last decade, whether you love them or hate them, that's all anybody's talking about. I saw some clips from First Take today, and honestly, this goes for all NBA media in general. All anybody's talking about are the goddamn Warriors. Right after they show Malik Monk's insane game winner, one of the most insane shots of like the past year at least. Soon as that clip is done, they're talking about Klay Thompson's pre-game fucking whatever he's saying about how he doesn't listen, he doesn't care what people think. Who the fuck cares? The NBA cares. They care about the Warriors. They know that the Warriors are what drives up ratings. So why the fuck would the NBA rig a game against the Warriors? It makes no goddamn sense. I swear to God, like the Kings were not even fucking mentioned. It was like a 15-minute segment on First Take. The Kings were mentioned maybe once just to give context as to why they're fucking talking about the Warriors. Anyway, I'm gonna move on from that because I actually want to talk about the game. The Kings, believe it or not, won the game. They're the team, believe it or not, that's moving on in the in-season tournament, and they played a hell of a game. Were they getting some calls? Yeah, but were the Warriors fucking selling that game so hard? Yes. Draymond Green is a fucking idiot. I have a love-hate relationship with Draymond because like what he does for the Warriors is like it's hard to fathom how valuable he is to that team. And even like his podcast, like I think he has a fantastic basketball mind. Love him or hate him, I fucking hate him, but I also like really respect his knowledge of the game and all that. But all of his like extracurricular shit on the court is fucking ridiculous, and it cost the Warriors this game in my opinion. Definitely helped them out when he threw the ball out of bounds with like 25 seconds left or whatever. But anyway, actually, I'm doing the same goddamn thing. All I'm doing is talking about the fucking Warriors. Let's talk about the Kings, dude. De'Aaron Fox with 29 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals. I don't know how he didn't get recorded for more. And I was literally thinking, I was like, damn, this guy already has like 6 steals. It's the fucking halfway through the third quarter. Only got 2, apparently. I might be missing something. I might, that might be a separate stat or something like that. But, I mean, he stripped Draymond at least once, if not twice. I know he poked the ball out against Wiggins at least once. He stripped Curry, I thought, like twice at least. Two seems like a really low number. But regardless, he won the Defensive Player of the Game crown, which is, as a sweet addition. The crown in the throne. Pretty sick stuff by the Kings marketing. Whoever the fuck does that. It's like, I know it's Foon Law or whatever, but regardless, Fox had a hell of a game. I know he struggled and honestly like almost cost us the game at the free throw line, but we were able to overcome that thanks mostly in part to Malik Monk. I mean, as soon as he came into the game, like he changed the entire vibe, and I mean he's done that all year. Anytime the Kings are off to a slow start, I feel like he comes in, hits back-to-back threes, or dunks over somebody crazy, and just like rejuvenates this team. And I mean, he's aside from Fox and obviously Domas too. Like he's been by far the most valuable guy to this team. Like the role that he plays, I mean, I can't praise him enough. Kevin Herter too had a great game. 21 points, 4-7 from three. Came in clutch with some big time rebounds as well. Yeah, the impact that he had was great. He hit some clutch shots as well. He's turned it on. He had a slow start to the year, but he's been playing a lot better as of late. Trey Lyles also, it's nice having him back. His versatility is just so valuable to this team. He didn't put up like an insane stat line or anything, but I mean, it's going to be pretty rare that you see him, go for like 20 plus or, like a 15-10 type of game. But he's been given super valuable minutes. And, I mean, he played 24 minutes today. And especially with Keegan Murray out, like those are really valuable minutes that he's providing. So shout out to him. Love having him back. But then the guy that like you just have to talk about. I saw something on Twitter. He had like a net rating of 50. I don't know if you guys are familiar with net rating, but like that is ridiculous. And he's also a plus 17 in his 15 minutes of action. That's Sasha Vezenkov, dude. Brian Anderson joked on the TNT broadcast that it was the Sasha Vezenkov game, and fucking damn near if Malik Monk doesn't hit that game winner, and we somehow still win the game. That's the Sasha game, dude. And I mean, definitely his best game in the NBA so far. His efficiency numbers don't look great or whatever, but like just the eye test, dude. I mean, he was involved, it seemed like, in every play in that fourth quarter. Had some very key blocks, a couple key steals, some big rebounds, and then of course, he knocked down those 2 threes. And dude, when his shot is on, like one of the wettest jumpers in the league. Really hoping that builds some confidence in him. Because I mean, he's a hooper for sure. It's just, I think everybody kind of knew it was going to take him a little bit of time to adjust to the NBA because it is different, obviously, than, the EuroLeague basketball and the Greek League even and all that. But it's cool that, like, Mike Brown, if somebody's hot, lets him stay out there, like, he rides the wave. I feel like he has a very good sense of what his team's doing well, what they're doing wrong, and, like, he has the finger on the pulse of this team and knows like the right time to give a guy some run or when to pull the plug. And he rode the wave and it paid off big time. Maybe Steve Kerr could learn a few things from him. Which, by the way, like him pulling Moses Moody there late in the fourth, I don't know if it saved us the game, but it definitely fucking helped. That dude was not missing. And like for a minute there, I mean, it was him and Sasha going back and forth, which was reminded me a lot of like Omri Caspi and Klay Thompson were going back and forth. What was that, like 10 years ago? Obviously not to the same extent, but flashes of that, But yeah, man, what a game. Just absolute chaos in that second half. I think the reason that I had a really hard time, like, grasping what just happened, like, like, it just didn't feel real. Like, Malik Monk made that shot, but, like, somehow I knew he was going to make it. And then, I don't know, like, that entire fourth quarter, I was like, okay, the Kings aren't losing this game. But it also, like, it seemed like it didn't even matter if they won. Because it seemed like the 12 points was kind of in the bag there. Just a weird, like, I don't know if anybody else felt this way, but just a weird vibe. And I hate to use that word, but I really can't think of, like, a better word to describe the feelings I was having. I wanted to post a video last night, right after, but I literally was at a loss for words. And, you guys can probably fucking tell as I've been rambling for a while here. Now that I've had some time to kind of sit back and I watched the highlights a couple times too, and went through all the things people were saying on Twitter and Instagram and stuff. At the end of the day, it just feels good to beat the Warriors, and you'll take that anytime you can. Not to mention, obviously we'll be able to move forward. We won Group C in the in-season tournament. Of course, we have to play the fucking Pelicans first round, but hopefully we can build off of that fourth quarter in the last game we played against them because, we started to. It seemed like they started to figure out some things there, but that'll be fun to watch. Wild start to the year, man. We've had some crazy fucking games, and this one, I mean, this one blows all those other games out of the water. Just absolute madness. But yeah, man. I don't know if there's really anything else I can add. Fuck ton of fouls. I feel like that kind of fucked up the flow of the game too. And I mean, it was in the Kings' favor, so like I'm not complaining, but like it was just a weird product to watch. Like it didn't feel like the typical Kings Warriors game, aside from the fact that it was high drama, high scoring, and it came down to a game winner. Like that's pretty apropos for Kings Warriors games. Draymond got a tech too, so I mean, yeah, that fits the script pretty well. But yeah, I think that's about all I got for you. Monk just continues to be a fucking dog, as well as I mean, the whole goddamn team just full of fucking dogs. Love this team. I know y'all do too. Let's like the fucking beam.